It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show. Of course, our daily mission is to try and bring you some news that you could use. You can follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And don't forget, you can always visit the website at obnradio.com. And without any further delay, we're going to jump right into today's episode. Strong performance by the Kansas City Chiefs on last night as they were able to rally from behind to beat the Buffalo Bills, and they will now meet the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Super Bowl 55. Kansas City, of course, coming in as a favorite, but Tampa Bay having a magical year. And I must take this time to recognize Quentin Bell, the PV graduate who is on the Tampa Bay Buccaneer roster. 5 games he's played this season. He has contributed to the success of that stingy Tampa Bay defense, representing in the Super Bowl. You gotta love it. You got to absolutely love it. Who do you have in Super Bowl 55? The old man Brady and the Bucks, or the young gun Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs? Prairie View A&M University Panthers basketball and volleyball will take suit in Pine Bluff, Arkansas on today. Volleyball will tip off at 12 noon to take on the Golden Lions. And at 6 p.m., the men will get together on the hardwood. Of course, the women's basketball game has been postponed, just as several other games have been postponed for today's contest. We gave the report on last night that Texas Southern had to literally make a U-turn as they were making preparations to take on Mississippi Valley. That game has been postponed, and the Tigers, I am assuming by now, are back on the Texas home soil, making their preparations for their next events. Of course, if you missed the projections for volleyball standings, the Prairie View A&M University Panthers, led by Coach Tacho Tyler, were projected to be the top seed in SWAC volleyball play. Only 8 teams will be competing this spring season due to the fact that Alabama A&M and Alabama State have opted out. We'll see how the Panthers get off the ground today at noon. Of course, we've talked about the challenges that COVID has brought about. We are scheduled to hear from Coach Sandy Pugh and how they're handling the latest events of game postponements and delays due to COVID. A struggling start for the Panthers. They're 0-5 in conference play as they continue to try to make amends to the struggling start. And depend on who you ask, there are whispers rumbling right now that it might be advised to strongly consider shutting basketball down. But I have news. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. It's too much money on the table, and to be quite honest with you, it is a need for every institution connected that these games move forward as best as possible. We're going to turn things around real quickly for a Southland report by Mr. Rob Butler, and we'll come back with more of the Mike Prince Show here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
This is Rob Butler with your Southland report. The University of Central Arkansas will move from the Southland Conference to the Atlantic Sun Conference later this year. Central Arkansas Athletic Director Brad Teague confirmed to the Arkansas Democrat Gazette recently. Central Arkansas is one of 5 Southland schools leaving the conference this year and will debut in the Atlantic Sun Conference during the fall 2021 sports season. Central Arkansas's final day in the Southland, which the Bears joined in 2007, is June 30th. A formal announcement is expected at the end of this month. Teague's confirmation came hours after the long-rumored departures of the Texas Four was made official by the Southwestern Athletic Conference. which the 4 athletic programs will call home beginning July 1st. The Texas 4 includes Abilene Christian, Lamar, Sam Houston State, and Stephen F. Austin. Athletic conferences across the country have seen the challenges of COVID-19 expose fractures among member institutions over the past year, and the Southland is just one of several conferences across college sports where movement is taking shape. Central Arkansas began to consider a move last year when the 4 Texas schools began planning their exit to the WAC. In the Atlantic Sun, the Bears will join a conference that includes Florida Gulf Coast, Liberty, North Alabama, and Kennesaw State, and are set to be part of a newly formed football league within the conference. North Alabama and Central Arkansas were once members of the Gulf South Conference together in NCAA Division II. The move to the Atlantic Sun offers new opportunities for Central Arkansas both on and off the field, and possibly the next step with its football program, that's a move to FBS. The new conference also gives the school a presence in states such as Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, and Georgia, a region where Central Arkansas has a strong alumni base and has also turned its attention in recruiting in recent years. Central Arkansas's exit, coupled with the exodus of the 4 programs to the WAC, leaves the Southland with 8 member institutions. In a recent statement, Southland Conference Commissioner Tom Burnett indicated that the conference has plans for realignment and further expansion. A reconfigured Southland will likely include regional partner universities. And that's Rob Butler, Open Mic Broadcast Network.
And once again, we'd like to thank Brother Rob Butler for his in-depth reporting on the Southland Conference. So I'm imagining now, with the exit of the Texas 4, Butler is going to be doing a Southland WAC report. We'll check the lines on that. He is a Lamar graduate, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. You heard at the tail end of the report from Brother Butler about the potential mingling, we should say, about other programs becoming involved with the Southland Conference, which kind of highlights one of the concerns that I have about a possible political power move to be made, in particular toward the direction of Prairie View. Now, depend on who you ask. There's nothing to be alarmed about, but I am truly going to keep my head on the swivel just to make sure things stay the way they are. I am a strong supporter of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. I love and appreciate all of the conferences, be it Power 5, NAIA, but I am a Southwestern Athletic Conference guy. And I think there have been great strides toward productive growth for the conference, and I would hate to see anything disrupt that at this stage of the game. Now, of course, it's a feeding frenzy right now, and it appears that the Southland institutional programs are the bait. Ohio Valley Conference on record for seeking potential pickings from the Southland, and the list keeps growing. When you look at the circumstances that the Southland as well as the MEAC are facing right now, you definitely do not envy either of the organizations in the uphill challenges that they will be facing in the very near future. And in the same breath, you have to be mindful as the Southwestern Athletic Conference not to feel overconfident about yourself, because as Commissioner Burnett stated, all membership is voluntary. So let's maintain the positive relationships, the strong relationships that make up the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and continue to move full steam ahead. And there was another interesting point that keeps looming in my mind from Commissioner Burnett in regards to FCS football. He referred to it as being more of a local, regional brand, strong interest versus that of a national setting. And I can accept that and see that wholeheartedly, which would lead me to the next question. If that be the case, why then do FCS programs in particular seek more local and regional television deals versus that on the national platform? Because it appeared to me that you would be going against the grain trying to fit in a place that doesn't necessarily want nor need you. They will accept you just on principle, but it seems that you would have more leverage and more of a potential growth factor to concentrate on local and regional broadcast opportunities. But nonetheless, it is what it is. And some of you may or may not be aware of the dynamics of how internet actually works. A lot of times, depending upon your location in the nation will determine the effectiveness of your internet speed. So regardless if they quote unquote tell you you have high speed internet, when the nuts and bolts get together, the inner makings of your regional location will determine how effective your on-demand live internet feed would be. On-demand is a total different approach versus that of a live feed. And with that in consideration, it does not matter the platform that you're on if it's on demand, because when the dust settles, the internal moving parts that make up an on-demand stream is the same across the board. So there are some things to consider both now and in the future when it comes to negotiating and laying out your broadcasting rights and the packages involved that make up that division of your conference. Don't forget, it is our mission to come to you each and every day right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We have a 24-hour dial-in message line to share your team's information, whether you be a fan, an administrator, an assistant, or coach. All you have to do is dial 713-570-6736. If you would like your institutional athletic program to be featured on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, let your SID know. Let your athletic director know of the availabilities here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. That number again, 713-570-6736. I am going to exit stage left for right now. My time is far spent. We do thoroughly appreciate each and every one of you that helped make the Open Mic Broadcast Network what it is today. I must go. The clock on the wall tells me that is all. But if the creek don't rise and the Lord delays his coming, we'll see you here tomorrow. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. As always, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.